want to talk about earnestness. Earnestness as spoken about by Nisargadatta Maharaj. This was something he insisted upon, something he talked about, something that's in I Am That and almost every other book. He talked about earnestness and the need for earnestness. And I think the important thing to think about earnestness is what does it mean? Earnestness is defined in the dictionary as being seriousness. Seriousness in being almost devoted to whatever it is your earnestness is applied to. And Nisargadatta felt that this was absolutely essential, is to have that. Many of the people who even claim to be perhaps his successors, but many people who are followers, at least, of Nisargadatta, will make the claim that there's no practice necessary, there's nothing to do, awareness is already there, you just need to be it. And this is all very true, but if you haven't reached the point yet where that's the final thing that will awaken you, as it were, then you need to have earnestness. One of the things that Nisargadatta said, he said that not through activity, no effort is necessary. In that way, the Neo-Advaitins are correct. He said no effort is necessary. But he said that there is a precondition. And that precondition is earnestness now. And earnestness is something that is certainly beyond the mind. It's something that you live. You live it every day. Another statement from I Am That is that if you trust me, and this is something that Nisargadatta's guru told him, and he passed on to people who were his followers, people who came to seek something from him. He said, if you trust me, believe when I tell you that you are the pure awareness that illumes consciousness and its infinite content. It's infinite content. But then he goes on to say, realize this and live accordingly. Live accordingly. That has big meaning. I mean, people are always talking about Nisargadatta and the I Am, and how this is the heart of Nisargadatta's teaching. But I think this live accordingly. Realize this and live accordingly. This is really the heart of the teaching. This and earnestness. Living earnestness. What does that mean? Well, I come from a Christian context, and to me, living earnestness means being truthful, being honest, fulfilling the unfolding that you are, and doing it to the point that someone hangs you on a cross. That's earnestness. That's living and dying earnestness. That's another. I have a couple of quotes here from Nisargadatta, and I just want to say that this one is freedom means letting go. People just do not care to let go of everything. They do not know that the finite is the price of the infinite, as death is the price of immortality. And that's the key. Earnestness. Do you care? Do you live as you care? This is the heart of it. This is the this is the thing that puts you in touch. It gets you away from your mind, and it puts you into the life that's being lived. And all you need to do is just be it. Go along with it. Surrender to it. The life is there, but the earnestness, this caring to the point of tears, this caring to the point of wanting so badly to answer this pull. I mean, all of us, no matter who we are, that are either living a life of understanding, or we're on the search, or we're in some way being drawn. What is it that's drawing us? What is it that is there? What is it that you wake up to every day? And you look about, and you may have a perfect understanding about duality and non-duality, and that there is no person here seeing, there is no person here feeling things, there is no past, there is no future, there is no time. These things are all understandings that we all have. But to wake up every day and enjoy the exciting show that's presented to you every day, at no cost to you. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, but it has something that requires you to live it. And I think the question that you have to ask yourself is do I live in this non-dual way? Do I share of myself? Do I share of my heart? If I see someone who needs, does it just automatically happen that I'm there? Maybe I have not the tools, maybe I do not have the learning to be able to help someone, but I can be there and I can share in their pain. I can share in whatever's necessary to share. But that's the important thing, is am I open to share what's necessary to share, what automatically would flow if I just let it happen? Am I open to my brothers and sisters? Do I understand their needs? Do I see someone and just pass them by because I'm busy and I'm having a life? These are the kinds of things that's talked about in terms of earnestness and living accordingly. Living accordingly. Do you? Do I? Do any of us live up to that standard? Is it a standard? These are the questions that need to be asked about that, but living accordingly. I am that. To live accordingly to that. This is a challenge. This is a big challenge. Do I live according to the standard that I require of others? In the non-dual world, non-dual circles, it's so common to engage in these games of one-upsmanship, and who can use the best language, who says I the less, who is the least there and yet present at the same time. I mean, it becomes a kind of a game that really comes down to who's open, who's willing to maybe say something stupid, who's willing to maybe be laughed at, who's willing to be able to just mean, it's funny. In a way, it's all very funny, because as Nisargadatta said, no effort is necessary. But there is a precondition, and it's earnestness. And this earnestness, like I say, it led one man to the cross. Socrates, for truth, drank hemlock. The truth has to be that important. Awareness has to be that important. Otherwise, why bother? I mean, when I was a small boy, I couldn't imagine why anybody would think about anything else but God, and how absolutely amazing that is, and God is in terms of an idea, because you learn as a small child that God is all important. God is the creator. God is the person who looks after you. And I believed that. And I believed it as a child, and throughout my life I have had a strong sense of being at one with something. And it requires earnestness. I keep coming back to that word, because it's a word that means seriousness and concentration and putting your whole life into it. Earnestness. And living accordingly. Namaste.